What's the best way to follow up with leads without coming across as too pushy?
So what we did today was we kept our messaging the same and we stuck with ProLine's out of the box timing as far as I think it's 1 day, 3 days, 5 days, a week, 10 days, 15. Like I can't remember the exact timing, but we stuck with exactly what ProLine's had. And I can think of maybe like two or three instances people have said, like, could you just back off a little bit? You know what I mean? Like, very, very rarely has anybody ever felt like we were pushy. At least nobody's ever said it. What we did though was we took them today because we want to try to make it look as real as possible. We want everything to not look automated. We want everything to be automated and look completely like it's coming from a human. You know, I've made the statement before. I try to put some typos or some inaccurate grammar or punctuation in sales follow-up automated messages. I think that helps because it doesn't look automated. Well, one thing I never really considered, and John, one of my sales reps today, was this morning we were talking, and that's what triggered the meeting today, was most people have push notifications on their email, just like text message. I know I do. You get an email and a text literally seconds apart. You can almost guarantee that that was automated, right? Because human can't do that. Like a human cannot send those. I mean, they could if you're on a computer and on a phone, but my God, what are you doing? Like, you'd have to try, like, you'd have to physically try to do that. Nobody's doing it. So, what we did was instead of having a 0 second delay, because usually when you make that campaign, you know, especially out of the box, I do believe, you know, waits 1 day, send text, send email, no break in between. They just boom, they send. So what we did today was through our sales follow up. One of the things we did today was I went through and I did it sporadic through the entire sales follow up campaign, clear 180 days. I went anywhere from 2 to 6 minutes of difference in time. So I just did it different on everyone. 2, 3, 5, 3, 4, 6, 2. Now it will look when someone goes in our sales follow up campaign, they get a ding. It's an email. Oh, that's that roofing company. They put their phone back down. 4 minutes later, ding, they look, oh shit, they just text me too. It will look as if it's realistic. I hope. There's no guarantees that that works, but as a customer, I do have to believe I would feel much more so that they really are wanting to talk to me. You know what I mean? More so than it's just their stupid computer sending me messages. You know, I would actually believe that much more so. So that was one of the big things we did today. That we're always getting better. We're always trying to get better, and anything we can do to take these automations, make them look 100% real, like a human sent them, the better the close rate is. As soon as I pulled some periods and put a couple of typos in my sales follow up, we start getting responses. That's what we're doing. That's the big one we're trying to do. The other one is like when you start a campaign, typically when a campaign starts, there's zero lag time. When we send a quote, it sends the quote and then boom, there's this automated message right up. Or when somebody goes into the one column, they just sign the contract. It is instantaneous. 3 seconds later, they're receiving a text and an email right now. So what we did, even on that first one, we put like, I think it's 1 hour or like 40 minutes or something after they sign a quote until they get a text message. And then 4 minutes later, they get an email, just to do anything we can to make that look as realistic as possible. Because there's nobody sitting there with their phone in their hand with the message already typed waiting on you to sign the contract just so you can hit send. No, they know that that's automated. Now we put, 30, 40, 50, whatever it was, a significant amount of time that makes it look realistic. You sign it, half hour, 40 minutes later, you get a message. Hey, this is John with Rain Stoppers. Thanks so much for trusting us with your project. I'm going to shoot you an email here in a few minutes describing what to expect next. 4 minutes later, our automated email goes out and it looks real that way.
Yeah, we might have to adjust some of those default templates in ProLine. We do introduce intentionally a little bit of randomness into ProLine's automations. There's in most cases it's between 3 and I think 7 seconds. So there's like a little bit of intentional inconsistency for a number of different reasons.
And I don't think there's anything wrong with what's out of the box. I don't think there's anything wrong with automations. I mean, I get automated messages from companies that I do business with sometimes I respond to them if I'm ready to talk to them or I need their service or their assistance. I think that's great out of the box. I just think if that's the method that of communication that you're going to lean on, I think you need to take it into your own hands and really customize it to fit what you're trying to do. And for us, what we're trying to do is take automated messaging and make it look as realistic as possible. That's what we're trying to do.
Yep, for sure.